Hey guys, it's Ryan. Back with a little quick video. Redoing a piece based off of the critique of Richard Friend, um, who is helping me out improve my inking, because everybody can always use advice and improve. And so I'm redoing a piece, and I'm using a technique that came up in one of his videos about Bernie Wrightson. He had mentioned that some of Bernie Wrightson's parallel lines that he threw looked like they may have been done with a template, but had sort of a freehand quality about them. And the technique that I think that was used is the one that I'm currently using, which is I learned from a fine arts painter, which is you actually take a ruler or a French curve and you lift it, especially like if it doesn't have an inking edge. With nibs, you would do the same thing. You lift it using your fingers and your thumbs, so you lift the edge, and this actually allows a certain level of freedom with the line, so it's not like super precise, so it gives still like kind of a freehand feel, but maintaining a rough guide and precision from the actual French curve. So you can pivot the pen. I'm using a micron for the background. I'm laying in the background of the piece to establish my line weight for the foreground. Richard Friend mentioned that on the original piece that I did, I could have popped out Venom a lot more and broken up the line work on the skulls. So that's what I'm going to kind of do on this redo of this piece. But I wanted to redo how I did these webs, because I completely freehand them last time and they didn't really have the feeling that I wanted. They were a little sloppy. And then this time I went to go do it and I went to completely template it, and it looked too inorganic, and spider webs are really organic. So I'm using this technique to kind of add some life to the templated lines. And I think it's a pretty cool technique. I've never mentioned it on my channel before, so I just thought I'd do a quick little video about it. But as you can see, these lines don't feel completely templated. Do some freehand in here. But it's a cool little technique. Give it a try. It's a little awkward to do at first, but the results can be pretty interesting. The only thing you have to worry about, I realize I just went off out of frame here, is based on your pen, that like this is stepped, so you got to make sure that you're working at some level of the ferrule, and that you're not going to end up skipping between steps, because that will completely throw off everything. But you can see here that the resulting line is super organic, and I guess not super organic, but more organic than if I was just to completely do it with a French curve. And come back in and touch this up a little bit freehand, and your level of precision you can change by how far off the page you have the French curve. The further away it is, the more variance you can have in your line. Like that one got super sloppy, but I like how it came out. It's a lot more freehand feeling, a little bit more organic. And then I'm gonna, just for comparison's sake, lay this one completely down. You can see the difference there. It's a lot more precise and organic. So I'm gonna sit here and just rough in these lines real quick. I'm gonna touch them up freehand with the Micron, and some of these short lines I'm just gonna throw in freehand. But I'm also gonna go back in with some white and cut the lines up a little bit with some white ink when I'm done, just to break up the lines. But it's my notifications. Should have really turned those off. But yeah, it's a cool little technique, and just thought I'd share that with you before I go into work today. Just trying to get some of this background roughed in and establish the line weight for the rest of the piece. Obviously the background's going to be the thinnest lines. Kind of doing the same thing by really offsetting my pen on the curve here. Again, using it as a rough guide. You can even anchor one of your fingers on a part of the curve to do the same effect. Freehand, I'm gonna have to cut that a lot with some ink, white ink, touch that up. But yeah, it's a pretty cool little technique that thought some people might be interested to try out, for giving some kind of life to your templated lines that you don't want to look too inorganic. Just be really loose with it. And these lines I'll freehand in. Kind of here in the background. Working at a super quick pace. I'm a firm believer in the faster you throw the line, the more alive the line feels. That pretty much has throw that in freehand. Definitely have to touch that up. Kind of breaking up some of these lines as well. This kind of different textured feel than the original piece that I did. Experimenting a little bit with this. It's pretty much all the lines in this piece. Completely off frame there. Sorry about that, guys. But anyway, we'll pull out here, go freehand for a second. But you can kind of see the end result is a lot more organic feeling than if I was just to straight use a template, but still a lot more precise than if I freehanded everything. There's one last line I gotta throw in.